realize in hindsight, which, by the way, they can't correct, it's usually 20/20 anyways, they don't need to. I realize that's cool on the scale of laser beams, right? Which start at really fucking hot, right? And then they go up for wood-burning fire, that's way down here. If you want to cool your eyes down, get a match, light it, put it in there, that'll cool it right off. And I show that to the doctor afterwards. I say, isn't that a little misleading? Shouldn't you change that? A cool laser beam? Well, it's kind of neat. It's a doctor that likes puns. So, yeah, so no more glasses, which is great. The last pair I got, it was the first time it had the 1-hour service. Have you seen that in the Lens Crafters, where they got the lab in the store? Big glass partition, the big sign, watch us make your glasses in 1 hour. Somebody making glasses in there? Or? Empty lab, get out, get out. Empty lab, all right, I thought he was making glasses. My dad's at the age, he just got his first pair of the bifocals, right? He's got a line through the middle of the lens, and below the line, magnified for reading, right? Above the line, that's for distances, right? He can't see far or near, and he's blind. Can't see far or near, we call it blind, but whatever, you know. He likes the glasses better than the dog and the cane. We play along. Let people live their lives, you know, don't interfere. But he loves them. You raise the head and you look at the page and the words will jump right at you. It's wonderful, wonderful technology. But the other day, he gives me an elbow. He says, hey, now your mom's breasts look huge. It's my mom, big guy. I don't want to know. Just enjoy your glasses and shut up. I don't need to hear it. Save it for your buddies at work. Man, it's not a bonding moment you want to have, father and son, is it? Your mom, let me tell you. No. That's all right. And now mom wants bifocals. We're going to sing you a song about a movement afoot in New Brunswick. Apparently the old people, the senior citizens, have decided the government doesn't listen to them, doesn't care about the issues that affect them. So what they're doing is they're starting their own party. And it's called the Grey Party, no word of a lie. And I thought that was just adorable, in the least condescending meaning of the word. Well, over in New Brunswick, the old folks are enraged, sick and tired of politicians ignoring folks their age, so they're parking their RVs and they're gonna take a stand and start their own political party. Cause hey, they've got time on their hands. They may not know good government, but they know what they like, and they don't want lower pensions. They don't want tax hikes, they don't want to pay for prescription drugs, whether name brands or clones, and the old men want there to be free Viagra. The old women don't. Well, they call themselves the Grey Party, though their hair is blue. Though their faces might be wrinkled, their destiny seems smooth. They're to seize political power, they're to set the wrong things right. They won't be hard to find on a ballot, they're the choice in large print type. They'd outlaw spicy food and they'd ban all rock and roll. Give Matlock and Lawrence Welk the highest honors they can bestow. Drive down the price of bran and prunes and fiber and depends, and raise the seniors discount to 95%. If they got elected, you'd notice changes right away. Every political speech would start with the words, "In my day." Press conferences might get a little weird, with the premier taking quarters from behind reporters' ears. Well, he'd offer you hard candy, forget, and then offer you some more. The smell of gold bond powder, and tell stories about the war. You'd ask about his policies, he'd say, "What?" And you'd have to holler, and then he'd thank you for coming, and he'd give you $1. The phone might ring as part of some regular occurrence, and he'd announce, "It's Patrick, He just bought life insurance. And then he'd say he has to go because he's not allowed to drive at night. And then he'd clap his hands twice, turn out all the lights. You're a good crowd. Do you laugh big when you laugh? And when you don't, nothing. Just nothing. Sound of 200 people staring at me. That's all right. I think the best crowd I ever stood in front of, I did a fundraiser for the Optimist Club. And if you want a crowd for comedy, really start with optimists. I mean, even if they heckle, it's like, don't worry, you'll get better. Not much you can do wrong, really. Close second, I did a fundraiser for Youth for Christ. And again, nice, polite, well-dressed group. Someone heckled, you suck, but I forgive you. Got invited for a career day. Said, come tell the kids about being a comedian. And I figured, cool, how bad could that be? Pretty bad is what I learned. Good. Here's what I learned that day. Two things. Number one, God bless adults, right? Because we've all been civilized to a certain degree of politeness. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, here's what's going through my head right now. Usually, dark comedy club is where I am. Huge spotlight from the back of the room. Can't really see a thing. Can just kind of hear the reaction, right? Tonight, I can see a lot of faces. A lot of you are having a good time. A few of you are going, we could have gone to a movie. That's all right. That's fine. All I'm saying is even those of you who haven't laughed at a single thing I've said tonight, and you know who you are, and so do I. Nobody's being rude. Nobody's shouting stuff. Nobody's leaving. Nobody's talking amongst themselves. Kids won't do that, is what I'm trying to tell you. If kids aren't having a good time, they'll just let you know. And why not? Because there's no consequences anymore. That's the second thing I learned. I went to school at a time where there were consequences, right? If you were really, really bad, what was the worst that could happen to you? The strap. And agree or disagree, I don't really care, but we can probably agree it was effective in its own way, wasn't it? I never had the strap. Guess why? Didn't want it. Very simple. There's the line. Don't cross it. Because I knew kids who had, and let me tell you, they came back different, didn't they? Huh? There was an attitude that left the room, never rejoined the room. Terrifying. You're like, what happened to the tough kid? I don't know. He's not tough anymore. I know. Terrifying. So there's the line. Don't cross it. Any kid ever come back from a timeout different? Except maybe more pissed off. I've seen that. So teachers, man, God bless teachers. That's got to be the hardest job in the world. Trying to exert authority over a room full of kids over whom you've been given virtually no authority, right? If the kids ever look behind the curtain, there's no Wizard of Oz. And me, I'm not even a teacher. So if teachers are hovering right above zero authority, I'm well down into negative authority, right? I'm a vacuum sucking abuse from the children. That's what I am. So I'm talking away, and they don't care. And there's a little girl right in the front, and I'm trying not to make any eye contact with her, right? Because she's the worst of the bunch. She's not trying to hide her contempt for me one bit. She's just like... And I sneak a peek at her. She's not a bad kid. I can tell looking at her, she's not a troublemaker. Might be a straight A student. Maybe the best kid in the class. And here's what I realize is going on probably. I'm a huge waste of her time. Right? This is school. She's supposed to be learning. She's not going to be a comedian. What does she care? She's going to be a doctor. Something important, you know? She's going to operate on my prostate when she's older. That's what she's going to do. And for some reason, I kind of hope she does. I don't know why. That would feel like revenge. You know? Makes no sense. Doesn't she be the one holding the scalpel? Somehow I'm the one gloating? Yeah, thanks a lot for listening that day. Happy career day. Dig in, and away you go. So, makes no sense. Whatever. Finally, she can't hold it in. She's a volcano. She blows. She's just like, oh, this is boring. Kids should be hit. That's what I'm trying to say. Kids should be hit. And if you have kids you don't want to hit, bring them to me. I will hit them for you. I will. I will turn out some good citizens, let me promise you that. Why do you think kids hit each other? It's because deep down they know they need it, and we're not providing it anymore. Of course it'll come out in bad ways, they don't know how. Save the world, hit a child. That's my motto. I got t-shirts, I got bumper stickers I'll sell you. Oh, I'm just kidding, mostly. So I said to the kids, clearly this is not working. I cannot tell you what it's like to do the job that I do, but I will teach you what it's like if you want. One by one, come to the front of the class.